Arguably the best game from the Nintendo Wii, Xenoblade Chronicles has a re-release on the Nintendo Switch. Hey Nintendo fans and collectors, Lithium here from my channel Nintendo Collecting. In this video, I'm going to be unboxing the Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Works set. This is the special edition of Xenoblade Chronicles that came out for the Switch, but I will also be going through my entire collection of Xenoblade Chronicles items and memorabilia. I have some ridiculously rare things that I want to get to, but I first want to unbox this. Now, this released nearly 2 weeks ago. I had to order mine and wait, and just as a heads up, they are restocking this. So if you keep checking places like Best Buy and Walmart and GameStop or EB Games, depending on your region, keep checking the websites, even Amazon, they have restocked it once or twice. So if you're still after this, don't pay the ridiculous fees, don't pay a lot on eBay, for example. Try to find it on one of those sites as it gets restocked. So this beautiful giant red box, we have the Monado right there. You can see the sword in the background, same with the back. On the back, it tells you everything you get with this. You don't get that much with this set. You get the game with the actual case, it looks like. I'm not sure if this will be a special edition case or anything like that. It looks like it's the definitive edition game, and you also get the art book. So if I turn this sideways, you can kind of read exactly what it comes with and what we're expecting from this. Now, the art book looks very similar to the style of the art book that you get from Xenoblade Chronicles X on the Wii U and Xenoblade Chronicles 2, the special edition. So let's open this up, and then I'll go through my really rare items from the Xenoblade collection. And the bottom, by the way, just has those little warnings. The top just simply says Nintendo. I would have liked the top to say Xenoblade Chronicles, or a little bit more than just Nintendo on it, but this really does look nice because not only is it Nintendo red, but it's Xenoblade Chronicles red as well. And this series, Nintendo said they want to focus more and more on this series and try and make it into a bigger kind of platform for their games, which I think the Wii game is the best game on the Wii. If it's not the best, it's at least in the top 3. So when we open this up, we've got a whole bunch of cardboard at the top and Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Works right there. So let's just see exactly what we get in this entire set. Maybe it's not a bunch of cardboard. I could definitely be mistaken. So this giant box, I do want to keep this in pretty good condition. We're just going to put this at the back just for now. Close it up for now. Leave that right there. Okay, so this is a giant piece of cardboard that is themed like the Monado right there. So we have a little piece missing right there. That looks pretty cool. So what you're going to do is you open this up, kind of like a book. We have the art book in this own little protective case, which I'll get to in a moment. And then we have the game itself. And that's so weird. Look at how much excessive cardboard there is. But at least if they're going to put an excessive cardboard, almost like Labo, at least this is themed. So at least it's themed for Xenoblade. So it's not just complete filler, which is nice. Or like smart of them at least. Oh, and it looks like this is at least a different edition of the game. So this is, yes, the definitive edition. However, it just says the normal stuff there, probably on the side. But on the back, I'm quite certain this would not be the normal retail release. If you bought the normal retail release and not the special edition, let me know if this is the back of your game, because I assume that this is different. It probably is. This says right down here, not for resale, right there. So this is probably the one that comes unique to the Definitive Works. Let's take a look at what we get in the case. I wish there was instructions. I really do miss the days of instructions. So you open it up, very simple. I like that art though, the art in this game. And by the way, this is not just a re-release. They did upgrade the graphics. They upgraded the management system for all of your items. You kept picking up a lot of gems after you battle against an enemy, and oftentimes you had to choose to either keep those gems or pick up the new ones and drop other ones, but they increased your inventory management with the release of this. So they did make some quality of life changes. The graphics are updated and characters are now more fully animated from my understanding, but it doesn't run that well on handheld mode. So if you have Nintendo Switch Lite, this game is downgraded when it's running in handheld mode, so just be aware. The better way to play through this game is to try and play it in the docked position for your Nintendo Switch. Shulk looks wicked on here, by the way, as well, so that's a really cool item there. Now, next up, I'm going to move this cardboard to the side, of course. We're going to take a look at the art book briefly. And the art book is in this protective sleeve, which looks really cool. Just try and get some shots of that there and on the back. On the bottom, we already saw that. On the sides, there's nothing, it looks like. And on the top, this is how you are going to just tilt it and get out the book. So here is the book itself. So this looks really similar to the other books, but the other books had black here. This one has white. And on the back, that is really cool. So let's just open this up as well. I could keep this sealed, but why would I? This isn't an unboxing video. Plus, I want to enjoy this stuff. I know a lot of people get items and they try and keep them sealed forever. I'm more under the, I more have the belief that I want to play and enjoy the items. I want to look at this art book. And also, I'm not really sure, is this worth it for the Definitive Works? Is it worth paying the extra money to just really get the art book and the really big box? In the other two special editions that you see over there, and I'll show you what comes with those, everything that comes with those, there was a little bit more than just an art book. So while an art book is amazing, I wish there was like a steel book or some other stuff. So I really like how the font kind of jumps out at you on this. This looks pretty cool, by the way. Alright, taking a look at some of this. We won't go through absolutely every single page, but man, the art and the style of this game is truly breathtaking. And that's what is one thing that helped make this one of the best games on the Wii. So page 3, fantastic. Really nice artwork. Colored books. Can you imagine if this was the manual that came with the game? Shulk, we have some of the different representations of him as a character, so that's pretty cool. And I assume we're going to have a lot of the other characters as well. Different various armor sets. Maybe I'll try and just put this like here for the moment. And just go through some of the pages anyways. Lots for Shulk. Cool. Wow, there's so much. Okay, so how many pages is this book? Because there is so much. Let's go to the very end just so I can give you a page count. Wow, we even have actual paper that almost looks like this is like being ripped out of here without even trying. So mine already, I don't know if you would call this damaged or if that was intentional, but one of the things to note, look at this seam right here. The seam looks like it's completely coming apart. It almost looks like this page is going to rip out. And as you saw, this is brand new. I just opened it. So that's a little bit weird how it looks like on page 255. You can comment below if you got this as well. This looks like it's about to be torn right out. So the quality of this page anyways is a little bit strange. These are paper pages, I understand that, but that seam is definitely a problem. So that's pretty cool that there's so many different pages in this. This book's huge. This would take forever to go through every single page. I'm going to take a really close look at this later and just enjoy this. Probably sit in one of my red Nintendo chairs. That's really cool. So the artwork in this is truly fantastic, but the only thing that you get with this special edition is this art book and a unique case. So I'm not really sure if that's completely worth it. Let me go through my entire collection of everything that I have for Xenoblade Chronicles. And every single game, basically. So for all the games, what do I have? Let me just try and center this stuff a little bit to give you an idea. And we're going to go through all of my special edition items as well. This piece of cardboard, while it is with the set, I'm just going to leave that down to the side for the moment. And let's leave these here as well, just for the time being. Maybe somewhat towards the side. Okay, let me get through some of the other items that I have. So, Xenoblade Chronicles, the original release, of course, was on the Nintendo Wii. So first of all, let me just show you that copy of the game that I have right now. I had this previously and I had it opened, but since then I have got a factory sealed copy. So this one is factory sealed, as I just commented about factory sealed items. I like to play all of my games, but I did play this on the Wii, but once I heard that this was being announced, I traded my other copy away. So now I have it factory sealed. Best game on the Wii, possibly. Top 3 for sure. Now, one of the rarest items that I have for this release is something that came from HMV, only exclusive to Europe. So this right here is possibly actually the rarest item in my entire collection. It's not something I talk about very often or show off, and a lot of people are asking, what's the rarest thing in your collection? I think it's this HMV boxed set. So this has the 3 games, basically. This was Operation Rainfall, to bring these games over to North America, even though this set, or this box, is for HMV in Europe, from my understanding. Pandora's Tower, The Last Story, and Xenoblade Chronicles, with a collector's art book that has art from all 3 of the games. The top doesn't say anything, the side doesn't say anything but Wii and Nintendo, and the bottom doesn't say anything as well. So on the side, it tells you those 3 games with the art. Now, what I have in here is the 3 games. So you can see that perfectly fit in here, Pandora's Tower, The Last Story, Xenoblade Chronicles, and the collector's art book for all 3 games. So when you get this, you only really get this one box. This is the box that you get, and with it, by the way, you got the art book. So I'll give you a brief glimpse of what this art book is all about. These 2 items came together at HMV, I think, if you pre-ordered some of the games from HMV. If you're trying to find this on eBay, it's really hard to search for it, because, like, what do you search? There's nothing labeled on it, and it's not even labeled as HMV. So I have seen a few other collectors on Reddit that had this set. So we have pictures for Pandora's Tower, and then eventually you have some art for The Last Story as well. But I'll get to the game that we all care about, is Xenoblade Chronicles, for this. So it has a quote there: "In a world ravaged by war, destiny demands a hero. Will you answer the call?" So here is the few pages that this comes with. It's not that extensive, but the art is definitely beautiful. And like I said, this is probably the rarest item in my entire collection, because this never, ever goes on sale from my memory. I look on eBay occasionally for this. I try and search like HMV, Xenoblade Chronicles, or I search the name for all 3 of these, or you search for like case or outer shell, and there might be some other terms. You can comment below if you know what else I should be calling this. So this is really, truly a special, unique item. And by the way, Xenoblade Chronicles, I do have factory sealed. The Last Story is factory sealed, and Pandora's Tower, I have factory sealed. I do have opened copies of these 2 still, and I kind of almost want to get back Xenoblade Chronicles and have it opened so I can actually enjoy the game or play it. So I'm going to keep that out. I'm just going to put this away, and I'm going to put this on the side, but like I said, possibly the rarest thing in my collection. What's the value of this? I have no idea. It never sells. It never ever sells, you never see it sold, so that's really a unique, cool item. I pulled out the wrong game, so let me just pull out Xenoblade Chronicles right there, not Pandora's Tower. Alright, so I'm going to leave this to the side. So in addition to that really cool release from HMV, there's another really rare thing that I have from Club Nintendo for Xenoblade Chronicles from the Wii. This is a 3-coin set that I have never shown on this channel before. I've never unboxed it. I don't think this is worth its own video, but it's certainly worth me talking about here. This is Club Nintendo Europe, once again. These are occasionally available on eBay. There's a 3-coin set here. So you can see it says the Club Nintendo logo, and we have all 3 games with their own unique coin. Kind of hard to see, depends on the light, but the one that we're concerned about, let me open this up, is the Xenoblade coin. So the top plastic just can come off, and then you can pull out the coin that you want. So here is the coin for Xenoblade Chronicles, right here. So that's pretty cool. If you're wondering what's on the back, something that I can't read, obviously. I assume that's probably in Japanese, but that's really cool. So all 3 of these coins are themed from the games. Just for completion's sake, I'll show you what the Last Story coin looks like and Pandora's Tower. So here is the Last Story. And on the back, we have the symbol from the game, looking pretty cool. Gonna close that up. The Last Story is a really good game as well, but Pandora's Tower spoke to me a lot more. And then Pandora's Tower, the coin here, as well as the logo. So this coins collection was available through, like I said, Club Nintendo of Europe. You can find these on eBay. They probably sell right now for about $90 US if you're interested in picking this up. If you're more patient and you find an auction for this, maybe it'll go for a little bit less, but these have been slowly rising in value over time. So I'm just going to leave this kind of to the side during this video and display this maybe over here just so that you can kind of see that right there. Okay. Now, let's continue on. So past the release of Xenoblade Chronicles, and we have the Definitive Edition. Let me just maybe set this stuff up a little bit better. I like that art book right there. And maybe we'll just put this right there in the background. Perfect. Okay, so after the release of Xenoblade Chronicles on the Wii. We then got Xenoblade Chronicles X on the Wii U. This is kind of like a side spin-off, I want to call it. It's not a direct sequel like Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is. So with this, we have this special edition. Now, this is probably one of the better special editions from the Wii U. So inside of this, you're getting various things which I will show you in a moment, but this is what the box looks like. You can still find these, but not in stores usually. You will have to probably go to eBay to try and get this. The prices for them vary on condition. You could buy them factory sealed new. There are still some of them available. So what did it come with? Well, it came with, first of all, of course, the game. So the game you get this case with it in North America. And this one, I'm wondering if it says not for resale right down there as well. So this is not the normal store release. It is a not for resale release. There is the disc. There is an electronic manual, but the other cool part about this is I believe this is a reversible. Yes, it's a reversible case, so you could show it the other way. That would be the exact same art as this. So I chose to display it with this art, but it's cool. I really like when they do that and have the reversible cover. So first of all, you get that with it. Second of all, you get the art book. Now, like I said, the art book is very similar in style to the one for Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Works. The difference here is the size is slightly different and the black border as opposed to the white border, but these two together, they look like they kind of are part of the same set, which is nice. I like when companies at least try and do that and make them look like they're supposed to be from the same set. This is not a hardcover though, and the Definitive Works has a hardcover for Xenoblade Chronicles. So we get this art book. It's really thorough, same thing, it's all full color. The quality of these pages is consistently magazine style, a little bit higher quality than magazine. Some of these were paper kind of copies. Just going to put that down there. But you also got with this, as I said on the back here, it says you also get right here, a matted art card. So this is the matted art, there goes the box. This is the matted art card that you get with the game. So that's pretty cool, and it says on the back here, limited edition art print certificate of authenticity. So I'm just going to leave this in the seal. And by the way, the last really cool thing you get out of this is you get this USB that is steel. This thing's really heavy, and on it you get a selection, or the soundtrack basically. Okay, so then we have Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which was released on the Nintendo Switch. This is my favorite art cover, by the way. This one is truly spectacular in terms of art and design. Whoever designed the cover of this really deserves some sort of an award. Like, this is spectacular. This is one of my favorite pieces of art on the box of any sort of game. That would be a really cool video. My top 10 favorite box art covers. So on the back here, we have full-blown cover and color and everything, but of course you have the steelbook, you have the art book, and you get a CD. So you get a lot more out of this edition. Way more than you get than the Definitive Works, by the way. Hopefully this doesn't fall again. Maybe I'll just put it a little bit more against. Okay, so in that one, what do you get? Well, you get the game. So you get the game in this really nice steelbook. Now, in the steelbook, though, my game is actually not here. It's in my game case. So we have different art there as well. But you don't get the normal release of the game. Like, you don't get the normal box. I would love to see the steelbook editions always come with the steelbook and then also come with the regular release of the game. I don't know why we just get the steelbook with it. So now I need to, like, with all the games on my shelf, especially this one, it says nothing on the side here, by the way. That really drives me nuts. Nothing is here on the side. I really want consistency in my collection, so when I go to look at my collection on the wall, this one, I can't even read what the game is. So I actually display that steelbook because it's so beautiful. Then you get the CD, as I said previously, for Xenoblade Chronicles 2, the sound selection. I much rather have this CD than the USB. So I think this is really nice. This is really cool. And you get the art book, a hardcover art book for Xenoblade Chronicles 2 in the exact same style as the other two books. It's the same kind of black border as Xenoblade Chronicles X. You can see that right here, so we got that black border, but it's the same as the Definitive Works because they're both hardcover. Let me just show you these two. And they are the identical size now that I take a look at these. So you can see the size is identical. They look really nice beside each other. They look the exact same here. That's wicked. And all the size is the exact same, and the border for these two, that looks really cool. So now having these two as a set is really neat. So the consistency here is fantastic. I'm really happy they did that between the new release for Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Works and for Xenoblade Chronicles 2. That really makes me happy. The art in here is, again, fully color for most of the pages. But these pages do seem a little bit less, I think slightly less in quality than the Xenoblade Chronicles X. So they just feel like they're slightly more downgraded, and the quality of the images of this is not quite as good as I said as Xenoblade Chronicles X, but it's a hardcover book, which is really, really nice. So that one comes with a lot more bang for the buck, I think, than it did for the one that just came out for the Switch for the original game. I really like having the Steelbook and the CD like you see here. Now, I'm actually not done. We also have, for the Xenoblade Chronicles, we have the amiibo for Shulk. So not only do I have the amiibo factory sealed still, but I have also opened it on this channel. You can view it as a card up in the corner if you would like to see the video for me unboxing Shulk. It's not much of an unboxing, because obviously they're just in the case right here. So let me just put this one kind of to the side over here. Right there. Let's put it, sure. So it's kind of just in the video with my entire collection, and I'm still not done. I just want to mention the items that came out in the world that I'm missing. Now, Xenoblade Chronicles, the original, had a special edition release in Europe. It came with a bigger box with this red Wii Classic Pro controller. So I have the Pro controller. This is actually the Japanese edition, but it's the exact same one that came out with the Xenoblade Chronicles with the limited edition from Europe. So this is a really cool controller. I like how this one has the sticks here, the handles, I guess, because the original controller for the Wii did not have the handles on this. So there's that edition, which I do not have. There's also a steelbook, I believe, for Xenoblade Chronicles. And the most important thing that I'm missing in my collection that I would love your help with, I'm missing the Nintendo Switch Pro, the Nintendo Switch Pro controller for Xenoblade. There is one that has the logo on the controller, and then it also has, I think, some green and some red or pink on it as well. It sold out so fast I couldn't get my hands on it. So if anyone has an extra copy, I might trade it with you. I might buy it off you. Let me know if you can find one online for a reasonable price. There's a lot of fakes out there. The way that you tell that it's a real one is in the top left-hand corner. It says Nintendo Switch. It doesn't say Nintendo, because there's a ton of fakes out there. And there are some available on Amazon, but they're like $150. So that's the item I'm missing. So this is my entire collection of Xenoblade Chronicles memorabilia and items. I don't have everything, as I said. I like how I have a little bit more to collect, but I would love to get that controller, and I would love to probably get the Steelbook for Xenoblade Chronicles as well. But this item right here, one of the rarest in my collection, and I really like this edition for the box, but I'm going to be honest with you, I wish we had more. All we have out of this is the game and the art book. Whereas Xenoblade Chronicles X, you get the game, the art book, we have a printed, framed little piece of art, and we also have the USB soundtrack. Then for Xenoblade Chronicles 2, you get the game, a steelbook, the art book, and a CD. But for this, all we really get is the art book that's additional. So I wish they did a bit more. And also, come on, look at the art for this compared to that, compared to that. It wins by far for me. This is a little bit too plain. It does what it needs to do, but they could have gone with much better art on this if I'm being critical, and they could have included maybe at least a steelbook, or maybe the soundtrack on CD, or something other than just the art book. What I like out of it is that the art book is consistent between Xenoblade Chronicles and Xenoblade Chronicles 2, even a little bit with Xenoblade Chronicles X, and I do like how you actually get a case for the game that has the name on the side. So positives and negatives of both. Let me know your thoughts about this. I even actually like how the cardboard they themed. I think that's absolutely hilarious, but why fill the box with cardboard when you can fill it with actual items? So that's a nice touch, but I think they could have done even better. Let me know if you've played the game, what the differences are, and what your thoughts are. I would love to hear from you as a comment below. Thanks so much for watching. By the way, I am streaming on Twitch, usually Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, around 9 o'clock Eastern Time. So there's a link in the description if you want to follow along on Twitch. I'm usually playing through Mario games right now. And also follow me on Instagram. There's a link in the description below the video. Go collect them all. Keep smiling while gaming. Thanks for watching, everyone.